Hi BookTube, Sarah here and welcome to my channel. Today I am coming to you with a fun video. I think this is fun, informative, however you want to look at it. Today I am doing a comparison video. The Kindle Paperwhite versus the Kobo Libra H2O. So those of you who follow me on Instagram might have seen that last week I posted a picture that my Christmas present from Santa Claus came early, and I did get the new Kobo Libra H2O. I don't know why I keep calling it a Cobra. I think it's because it's Kobo Libra. I had my eye on this for a few months, and I finally decided to bite the bullet, and I asked Garrett to get it for me for Christmas, so he picked it up and he gave it to me early because whatever. But originally I was going to do this video, and I've had a lot of requests from people for me to share this because I think this is a much less known device than, of course, anything by Kindle. And for me to talk about it. And I thought originally I was going to put it up in January. And then I decided to do the video now on Christmas Eve because I thought, you know, if you guys watch it on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day, you know, and you have a little bit of money from Santa Claus or something, and there's a sale on that, maybe you might want to pick one up. So, you know, I'm pretty much going to go through a bunch of different sections here. I made some notes. So this is in no way inclusive of everything. You know, it's each to their own. It's what your personal preferences are. The other thing I want to say is that a lot of the things I might talk about might be Canadian only, because I've talked to some of my friends about the Kindle, and a lot of them tell me that theirs works a bit differently than mine does. So I don't know if it's a regional thing. I think it is. So again, it might be exclusive more to Canadians, but I'm still going to give you all the information that I can so you guys can make an informed choice. I watched a lot of videos on YouTube showing this device off, just to get you know, an idea. Is this really something I want to invest my money in? Because I have two other e-readers. Like, I have like a bunch of other e-readers. I have, you know, my Kindle Fire. I have my Paperwhite. You know, I have my phone that I can use, right? But the more and more I looked at this one, and it wasn't an impulse buy. This was months of me looking at it to finally decide to pull the trigger and go ahead and pick it up. So we'll start off with some like technical specs, even though this is not my forte. I am not a technical person, but I did do some research, and I had a look for you guys so I could share that with you. So the size is the same. So this is the Kobo Libra H2O and the Kindle Paperwhite. Now, this one looks wider, and it is because of this side piece, but they are the same screen size. They're 7-inch, okay? So this has, as you can see, the side kind of comes out and pops out, and there are buttons there, you guys. Buttons. Used to turn pages. We'll get into that in a bit. So the Kindle, you can pick between an 8 gigabyte or a 32 gigabyte. Of course, 32 is going to be a lot more expensive. The Kobo only comes in an 8 gig. That's it. You don't have a choice. Where you do have a choice with the Kindle, it only comes in black. Like, you can only get the black one. I have a case on mine. I do have a case for this one, but it's a little awkward when I'm trying to show it to you guys, so that's why I took it out of the case. This you can get in black or white, and I chose to get it in white because I thought it looked really pretty, and it, you know, something different, right? So yeah, that's my big thing on specs. Again, this is not a technical channel. Can I read the book? That's all I care about. When I mentioned to my friends that I got this, my friend Chloe over at Always Booked is like, well, how do you get books for it? So the buying of the books is exactly the same. The difference is the storefront. So of course on Kindle, you're buying off of Amazon. And, you know, it's the files are in Mobi or whatever their file extension is. You know, you're getting your books from Kindle. For the Kobo, you're actually getting them from the Kobo store. Now, Kobo, for those of you who do not know, they are a subsidiary, maybe, of Chapters Indigo, which is Canadian. So this is a Canadian device, but you can, to my knowledge, buy it in the U.S. Yeah, no, you can buy it in the U.S. And you can buy ebooks in the US. And what I found, if there's a sale on something on the Kindle, 10 to 1 says that same book is on sale on the Kobo, generally for the exact same price. So they do tend to price match each other. So, but occasionally you'll have like daily deals from here that you won't have on Kindle, and vice versa. So The biggest difference, and I think this is going to be probably a selling point, or not like a selling point in favor, like this will be like a point in the column for the Kindle for all of my romance book lovers, is the fact that Kindle Unlimited, okay? If the book, or not Kindle Unlimited, pardon me, if the book is self-published on Kindle, you can't get it here. You can't. If it, like, they don't cross over. That does not. There is stuff that is exclusive to Kindle that is not on here. Now, that being said, I have found recently, the reason I started looking at this in the first place is that Talia Hibbert, who wrote the Get a Life Chloe Brown and that series, which I absolutely adore, she wrote a novella that's exclusive to Kobo called Wrapped Up in You, I think, and it was a Christmas novella. And it was available for free, I think, for a little while. And that's what kind of really made me start looking at this device. Even though I can download the Kobo app and just read it off of my phone or my tablet, that's a non-issue. But it really got me looking at the device itself. So yeah, so there is some stuff that is exclusive to this device too. It's proprietary, essentially, in a way, right? Yeah, that's kind of jumping into the next thing. I did mention Kindle Unlimited. So Kindle Unlimited, of course, $9.99 unlimited. I canceled my Kindle Unlimited a while ago. I have a huge backlist of books that I do not need to be paying another $10 for a service I really wasn't even using. Now, if you do like that aspect of it, what you're getting a lot, and this is in no way any sort of shot against it, but a lot of what you're getting, because a lot of people really like reading indie published, and you're getting a lot of that with Kindle Unlimited, a ton, which is fantastic. If indie published is your jam, you want to go with that because it's fantastic. And again, all these things that I'm talking about, you can get through getting just the apps, the Kindle app and the Kobo app. Put it on your iPad. Bob's your uncle. You don't have to worry about anything else. But if you want an actual device, this is what I'm talking about. So, yeah, they have Kindle Unlimited for this. Kobo does have something similar. It's called Kobo Plus, and it's the same price. It's $10 a month. But what I found scrolling through is you're getting a lot more traditionally published books. And in some cases, like there was one book I was looking at that I was going to read, or no, that I have on my list to read, and I want to get to it. I don't own a copy, and I think it was $15 for this book as an ebook. But I can read it through the Kobo Plus for $9.99. So essentially I could get down, subscribe to it for 1 month, read that book at $6 off, and then cancel the subscription. But a lot of the books tend to be more traditionally published. And I'm running into a lot of them that are available on Kobo Plus. So maybe in the new year, I will see and think about maybe going ahead and deciding to get that. But for right now, I'm just going to go with what I already have. The next thing I want to talk about is the display. Now, a lot of these features that I'm going to talk about are stuff that really means something to me. Somebody else might not care at all, and this would not be a selling feature to you at all. But I thought I'd share it with you guys anyway, just because in case you guys are like me and you want, these are the kind of things that you look for, in books. So, the display. And when I talk about display, I mean the display of the actual, like how the book looks on the screen in a way. My biggest complaint about Kindle is this whole time remaining business in the bottom corner, like time left in chapter. And now I know it's supposed to be like, it said like right here, I don't know if it says learning reading speed, right? So it just like that's all you're getting. Now you can change that. If you tap on that, it'll tell you you've got an hour and 7 minutes left in the book, or you're at location. What does this location thing mean? Location, like that, like 1962. And depending on the book, this one, okay, page 177, that's what page I'm on, right? Okay, that's all well and good. And then at the other side, of course, it gives you the percentage that you're through. This is always something that has driven me absolutely bonkers with the Kindle. For as huge as they are king. Kindle is king. I was talking to somebody else about this, that I was reading a book really recently, and in that book, the main character talked about pulling out her Kindle. She was stuck at an airport, and it said in the book she pulled out her Kindle to read. Not she pulled out her e-reader. She pulled out her Kindle. It's like Kleenex or Xerox. It's like this is when people think e-reader, they think a Kindle, right? It's fine. Good on Amazon. Clearly their marketing department should get a pat on the back. But there are just some things that as huge as they are, why haven't they been able to figure this out? So this whole location garbage, right? And then you've got, I'm telling you, this is a real sticking point for me, you guys. It drives me crazy. And then you've got 7 minutes left in chapter. There is no 7 minutes left in that chapter. I see that, and my big thing is like I'm reading before bed. So I'm laying in bed and I'm reading away on my book, right? And I look down, I've only got 7 minutes left. And it's actually more like 20. It doesn't properly read your reading speed. And I have looked at ways, I've Googled it. Do you have to reset something? Do you have to? No. Sorry, drives me crazy. Why they cannot put on there that you have so many pages left in chapter, that would be brilliant. Because you know what does that? The Kobo. Turn it on here. So, literally haven't even started this book yet, but right at the top there, chapter 1, page 1 of 15, which means when I turn the page, look at that. 2 of 15, 3 of 15, 4 of 15. I know that I have 15 turns of the page until I'm done that chapter. Why hasn't Kindle figured that out? Overdrive, Libby figured that out. They have not. Again, this is a big sticking point for me. The other thing that I think is kind of fun, and I'm still learning to use this device, it's still pretty new to me, right? Is that if you tap up here, and I hope you guys can see this. So right above my thumb, there's a little thing that looks like a little graph, I guess, right there. Right beside the A, like where you would change your font and all that stuff. So it brings this up, guys. The stats nerd in me thinks this is so much fun. So it tells me that I have read 0% of this chapter, that the next chapter should take me 17 minutes to read. I haven't even started reading this book yet, but it remembers my reading speed from the last book. And that the chapters, that's how long and short they are. Isn't that neat? And then they're saying it should take me roughly 6 hours to finish this book. That's fantastic. I'm sorry, that's a big sticking point for me. It makes me happy. I don't know why it does, but it does. I like to see, do I have time to finish this chapter before I have to go pick up my husband from work, or before I go to bed? Or, because some chapters in books are super short, some are really long. So that's kind of a nice feature, and I really, really like that. Okay, special features. This is the one thing I really wanted. This was the biggest selling point for me. And again, this I believe is exclusive to Canada. So from my understanding, for my American, I just dropped my Kindle Fire. 'Tis a good thing it's carpeted in here. That on the Kindle Paperwhite, you guys can read overdrive books. That's my understanding. If I am incorrect, please correct me in the comment section below. In Canada, we cannot. When you bring it up on overdrive or something like that, it's like send to your device. And it says it lists Kindle, but it's like this feature is not yet set up. So they haven't done that yet in Canada. On here, I can. This, like I said, was the huge selling point for me. One of my goals in 2021 is to not buy as many books as I used to. And as such, if I have a book in a series I want to read next and I don't own the book, the first thing I'm going to be doing is checking my overdrive library, like checking my library to see. And here, view holds. So I can click right back, close that down. And I can see all the books that I currently have on hold at my library. That is fantastic. And that was a game changer for me. That was a huge game changer for me. That I no longer enjoy reading off of my Fire tablet. It hurts my eyes too much. I spend all day long looking at a computer screen. I cannot do it any longer with my tablet or on my phone. I much prefer this more paper, e-ink type screen. That's what I really prefer. Sorry. So yeah. Sorry for reaching, guys. So yeah, so that was a huge, huge selling point for me. Loading books and format. So Kindle, of course, is Mobi, M-O-B-I. In order to, if you have an EPUB or a Mobi book that you want to send to your device, you have to go onto the website, the Amazon website, go to My Devices, My Content and Devices, I think it's called, and you find this email address, and then you have to email that book to that email address, and then you get another email back to verify that, yes, I want that put on my device. Now, the one thing is, it goes on the Amazon cloud, this magical cloud, and that document that you sent goes to your documents cloud. So you can remove it off the device, but it still stays in the cloud until you delete it from there, and you can read it and download it again, which is fantastic. On the Kobo, you literally plug this into your computer and drag and drop the file directly onto the device. Now, the difference is, though, when I delete it off the device, it's gone. I would have to re-download it back onto the device. So again, pluses and negatives, right? And for sorting books, Kindle, you can sort it like, you guys, you know, you all have a Kindle. Let me go back here. I don't have anything currently downloaded on here, so let me just see here. So you can like sort, it gives you the option to sort stuff. You can sort by recent, by title, or by author. You can see that down the side there, right? Whereas with this one, I keep losing where the the on and off button is. So if I go to my books, so I have it currently sorted by title, but and the same thing, if I click that, you can sort it by title, author, series, file size, or file type. Or if you click along the top here, authors, it gives me it all by author's name and how many books I have by that author. Series, this one isn't as great because not everything lists what series it's part of, but it still does show you how many books in each series you have on your device. So that's kind of fun too. And the kind of one of the last things that's just kind of like, I just think this is really cool. So let me go back to the home screen here. So I really do love this. This was very cool. This part of it, for holding on to the device, it just feels nice. Like, I'm having a hard time showing it to you that way, but it just feels nice in your hand. Like, it just sits nicely, and the fact it curves up ever so slightly. Can you see that? It's very, very cool. But here's the cool thing. This is what I really like. So here, I'm reading away on it. I'm holding it. Let's pretend I'm facing the other way. And I don't know, I'm eating popcorn, so I need my other hand. I just turn the device and the entire thing flips. Now, I have it set so it won't do it this way, but you can actually flip it this way or this way, and the screen will rotate as you go. Isn't that neat? And then, like I said, you can use these to change your pages. You can also swipe if you so desire. So yeah, I love this device. I absolutely love this device. And I actually don't see myself using this one as much. Now, I'm not getting rid of this because I have 1,100. How many do I have now? I have 1,300 books in total, but I've read I probably have about 800 books on here that I still need to read. So yeah, I'm still going to be using this. It's not like I'm not going to be using it anymore. But my preferred going forward, I will be buying new books exclusively for this. Oh, the other thing. Oh, I've been showing it to you this whole time and it's been staring me in the face. Again, this is just me being nitpicky. When you turn off now again, I think that this might be Canadian only because I was talking to somebody else and they said that no, when they put their Kindle to sleep, like when they have this sleep screen, they have their book cover here. We don't get that. We get these weird avant-garde artistic-y pictures. So depending on and it rotates through a bunch of them. So there's that one that's a keyboard. So if I turn it off again, do I get something else? Yeah. I get like an inkwell or something. Like it's weird. I get the book cover with this and it makes me happy for the last book that was opened. And it tells me right at the bottom, 3 hours or 3% of the way through, 6 hours left to go. I love that. There's just something about sitting there and you've got your book sitting on the table beside you or your e-reader. And I look over and I see this. I don't know. I can't remember necessarily. I'm pretty sure I remember what I'm reading. But you're just picking this up and it just feels like you're just picking up the device. Whereas it's a psychological thing. This, I feel like I'm picking up that book. Does that make sense? And the last thing I want to share real quick, because I know my husband needs to get to work, so I need to get him to work, is cost. This is right around $120, I think, for the Kindle Paperwhite. This one comes in at almost $200. So it's a little bit more pricey. In my opinion, though, as a Canadian, because it does have things like it's got the ability to read stuff on overdrive, it makes it worth the money to me. And it just went on sale for $179. Now that's in Canadian dollars, so I don't know what it is in US dollars. But yeah. So anyway, that is that. That's all I got, you guys. If you guys have any questions about this, please do let me know. But I am so pumped about this. There is a slightly cheaper version of this that you can get. It doesn't have the side part here. It looks very similar to this, and I think it's like quite a bit cheaper. So that might be something that you might want to look into. I'll give the Kobo site below so you guys can go ahead and check it out for yourselves. But yeah, I am so happy with this, and I am super glad that I got it. So at the end of the day, I didn't want to do a full review on this. I wanted to kind of compare them because I think a lot of people are very familiar with the Paperwhite. So, you know, as a comparison, it just worked out well. Anyway, that's all I got, guys. I'll talk to you in my next video. Take care and happy reading. Bye, guys.